What up? Jeff here with all my Bitcoin renegades. And today we are going to be talking about internet computer because I want to get a narrative out there that shows you that it isn't just about getting a cryptocurrency and making $1 million in the very first day. There are some very great strategies and tactics in order to not only get as many tokens of whatever crypto it is that you want, but you are doing it in an efficient, cheap possible way. You want to have your tokens work for you. You want them always, while they're sitting there, making more tokens for you or doing something in the ecosystem to build your portfolio. You don't have to just buy them with cash. Not everybody can just afford to keep putting more cash and more cash when the market keeps going down and keeps going down. And if you're getting to that way, just like chop the number in half that you would do if you keep buying on the way down. But the thing is, there's going to be a bottom very soon, whether it is now or it's coming very soon. We are not going to see, you know, big drop offs like 100%. We can see like probably another 20 to 30% down. I think that's it. But the cool thing, I have a lot of stuff prepared for our ICP episode today. We are going to look at what it takes to build that portfolio and how to do that, because right now is a great accumulation period for the internet computer ICP coin. I'm saying that because this level, whether you are certain it's the bottom or certain we're going down, it's all about accumulating a certain amount, whether it be 100, 1,000. I just got a message from I want to show you the message from one of our subscribers or audience, and he was telling me about how he just got 100 ICP right here. Emad Ayon, I got 100 coins I have staked for 8 years. See, this is what I like to see our community do. Can you see that? I know it's kind of hard to see. I have 100 coins I have staked for 8 years. Pretty cool. So our community is really starting to understand the value of not only buying and accumulating, but making their ICP work for them. What's up, Justin? Collect ICP and smash that like button. And I'm not telling you guys to go buy ICP. If you're already in crypto and this is what you're doing, I am leading you to the research that I have to show you, and then you can make an educated, decision for yourself and what works for you. Because what works for me isn't necessarily going to work for you, but you still can have a fundamental strategy that will work for all of us, just in your own way. And that's what I'm teaching. I used to say, well, you either use my strategy or you don't use any, it won't work for you if you don't use my strategy. But that's not, I have gotten a little bit smarter and a little bit, more understanding of how it works, and that everybody has their own way of doing things. And yes, my strategy could work for me, but it needs to also be a universal, like a remote that you can use on all of your items. That's what my channel needs to be, is a universal channel that can kind of help you in any kind of situation to make it adapt for yourself. Like if you have a Sony TV in one room and then a Toshiba in the other room, you can use them both. So I want to be that kind of a influencer where I can show you the value, and then you just universally can, go put it into action. And I think that's a very good thing. Thanks for stopping by, Justin. I am going to send you that icy bird as soon as you send me your address. Hopefully you can play and, beat my score too. Put me in third place or fourth place. Yeah, fourth place. So, but today we have a lot of good stuff. Let's go right into this. I always like to start with a little bit of a, chat and, lift you up, and then we get into the meat and potatoes, which is actually what I'm going to be having for dinner tomorrow. I have my crock pot, and I'm going to make a fat pot roast. So I want to first off go over here and look at the price. Right now we're sticking around $7 to $8, which is awesome. That's why I'm saying right now it could be a great accumulation period. Whether or not we do drop back down to $5 or not, this is still a great price. Anywhere between $5 and $10 is the area of accumulation that I'm okay with. So, because I know in the future it's going to be worth way more than $5 or $10. That's the way I look at things. Is it ever going to be worth more than $5 or $10? Yes. And that's how I looked at it at 20 as well. Now I kind of, Wish I would have waited a little longer, but that's okay. I was able to get a lot more at these cheaper prices. Like I say, when it's up higher, I don't buy as much, but when it gets down to these lower prices, that's the time to accumulate. So I do want to take us over here for a second before we look at more into the price, because we are going to do a price prediction and technical analysis of today. But this is my exact thinking right now. This is exactly mine. I have 30 ICP staked for 2 years, dissolve delay 2 years. That means I will basically be getting rewards for a year and a half. My 30 ICP after the 2-year period will be 36.34. And that means I gain 6.43 ICP in 3 years. Now what I can do to increase this is add more ICP to my staking size. I could say, let's say double that. Now I get double the return. Instead of only getting 6 ICP in 2 years, now I'm getting 12.87 ICP in 2 years. Now I think I might actually even take that up to maybe 250, I was thinking. So if I took it up to 250, now we really start to see some massive gains. In 2 years, that will give me 53.62 ICP. That's basically like a fifth of my total supply of 250. So I get a fifth. That is 7.15% annual percentage yield. And this is right on the internet computer blockchain. This is not a sketchy hedge fund or, a futures that's just going to dump the price. This is on the internet computer neuron network system, nervous network system. I just got confused for a second. Nervous network system, and it is legit. So you will be getting these. The only thing is this could go down a little bit, but I don't. We'll try to vote to keep it up, as high as possible, but can't guarantee that. Now, if I was getting my complete 1,000, this is what I want in total. This is what I would get in 2 years: 214 ICP. Pretty amazing, right? That is awesome. Now let's take a look at our friend over here that said he got 100 ICP and he said he staked it for 8 years. So we will go to 8 years on here, and I know I got to do it on here as well. And he said, yep, 8 years, 8-year gang right there. Okay. 8 years. So he is going to get one. This is probably one of the best ways to do it. Because you get just so many rewards. My 250 turned into 303 in 2 years, but his 100 turned into 221 in 8 years. So if you're really in this for the long haul, and imagine they could be worth anywhere from $100 to $10,000 a piece by then. So even if it's 100, you're going to be worth over $100,000. So, and you get double the amount. So if you want to more than double your ICP in 8 years, this is how you do it. Now, if I was putting my total 1,000 in here, look at that. I would get 1,217 ICP off of that. That means that if I get what I want, the 1,000, I stake it, I double my 1,000, more than double it. And that's 13% annual percentage yield, 121% return on investment at the end of the 8 years. And this is the same thing, the nervous network system on the blockchain. So it's not a shady hedge fund. This is directly the internet computer. This is how you're going to hold your value and make sure that the price doesn't get dumped on you. Do not stake your ICP on any exchanges at all, please. That is not financial advice. That's common sense. I mean, if you're staking it on those platforms, you're basically helping destroy the crypto, because that's their goal, is to destroy it. So you can earn a lot of money. Now imagine, so even if it goes down to $4, you're still gonna be above on your investment, but there's no way in 8 years it's only going to be worth $4. That's the thing. We're going to have more bull markets. We're going to have more massive pumps. And this is a crypto that's going to be around for a while. Let's take a look at why. Why is this computer going to be around for a while? Well, a lot of the things we've looked at, I'm trying to find stuff that we haven't really looked at as much. And here it is, Supernova Hackathon that just happened. That's amazing. $6 million in prizes for developers to come over here and build on their DeFi, their SocialFi, their GameFi, their Metaverse, NFT, and more. right? And you really need to come over here on Medium and check out this Dfinity section. And you can do it right through dfinity.org and then go to their info thing right here. This is how I got to here. I went here, I went to learn, and I went to Internet Computer Review. So you can come here and you can check their infographic, you can check their wiki. There's so much information. This is how you know they're going to succeed. They aren't just putting like one or two things out and being like, "Oh yeah, we'll get to that." No, they're goal after goal after goal, success after success, and this is why I am into this. So, okay, Supernova Hackathon, we've already talked about that, right? Awesome. Post Genesis roadmap, we've already talked about that. Awesome. Internet computers, Bitcoin integration, we've talked about that, but now it nears completion. This is what we're waiting on. So, what happens when that happens? Well, right here, Bitcoin smart contracts are coming to the internet computer, right? Sonic, Infinity Swap, and ICP Swap are preparing to leverage the internet computer blockchain's direct integration with Bitcoin. So, these are the three that you're going to want to watch right here. Sonic, Infinity Swap, and ICP Swap. And now this is another way to make money while the market is down. You use DeFi. You can actually lend and borrow your ICP, or you could lend, probably in the future some Bitcoin to get ICP at a cheaper price and then ride the wave up if you want. And a lot of people do that with crypto they believe in. So I might even throw like $1,000 of my Bitcoin into a smart contract to see if I can't leverage it against the internet computer and make money off of that. I could do it on Coinbase. I mean, I could already do that, but I don't want to do it on an exchange. I won't do it on an exchange. Why? The same thing I told you for the staking. We are not here to support these exchanges, guys. We are here to support the projects that are on the exchanges. The exchanges are as much our competition as the government. I mean, they help us, but that we're in competition. It's a weird relationship we have with exchanges. That's why we want everything decentralized so they can't use the power of their exchange to crush a crypto, push it down, use futures against it, whatever they do, that directly competes or diminishes the value of a crypto. And I'm not cool with that. So let's get everything done on chain. Let's get everything done through the internet computer and their DeFi projects. Make some money. Don't help, even for DeFi, don't help these exchanges. Now, buying on exchanges, that's a different story. I'm not saying, some exchanges have really good purchase, like Coinbase. I like, the Coinbase Pro purchase system. It's cheap. I can get stuff done like that. And it's instant and all that. So there are good things for exchanges, but not when they are directly coming after something that I'm passionate about, man. So we'll come back at you. You come at us, So what's up, Danny? Good to see you, my bro. Let me like your other videos to enter. Yeah, so what we're doing, if I didn't even say that, let's do a little bit of the spiel. Sorry, I forgot to do the spiel before we started today. Basically, we're going to on our ICP videos, we're going to have a condition. If we get 30 likes on any of our next ICP, this one or any of my before ones, if we get 30 likes on them, actually it's only one before this, we're gonna go. But the one before this ICP video, or after this, if we get 30 likes on any of these videos, I will give away 2 ICP in a Twitter contest. And basically, you'll just have to follow me on Twitter, follow Dfinity on Twitter, and then we won't do anything with YouTube since we already did the YouTube part. We'll just have it on Twitter over there. Boom. And then we give away 2 ICP. So don't forget to smash that like button. And if you want to help, get other people so we can get 30 comments, help. Sharing all that, but that's just to get more people so we can have this contest. So thank you guys so much, and let's get back into the price action. I'm gonna change this screen though. I don't like that one as much, but it's harder for you guys to see. So we'll just actually hold on. There we go. All right, we're good to go now. There we go. All right. So I do want to look more into this part before we move on. And I'm just giving you lots of reasons why it's a good accumulation period and why it's good to have a long-term staking plan. Like my staking plan isn't the greatest right now. Remember, I have 30 staked for 2 years. So, and you can check any of these. Go over to networknervoussystem.com, or just look up on Google ICP neuron staking calculator, and it'll bring you to it. If you don't like to use, links that you don't know, just do that. So I'm only getting 6 ICP right now. I'm going to change this because I want to get as many, ICP returns as possible. The only thing is, I do kind of want to ride the next bull run. That's the only thing. I want to get in and get more ICP. But if I'm already getting 1,000, I think that will be good over time. So I'm not going to get too greedy in it like that. I don't want to get greedy, but I do want to have a good plan. So I think I'm going to do it for longer. I'm not 100% sure how that's going to look like yet. We're going to do a staking video in the next couple of weeks. It's probably going to take a while because I want it to be a good one. And it's going to be, the best one I've done so far. So hopefully that's the plan. So, the Internet Computer for Geeks, a new Dfinity white paper. So it looks like they have a new white paper coming out. The IC, that's so cool. The IC overcomes the limitations of traditional blockchains and smart contracts for better speed, internet speed on the blockchain. It actually can be faster than internet speed. If you look at Six Figs' video, he uploaded a video to Dsocial and YouTube at the same time, and the Dsocial, he said, uploaded faster. Storage costs, we already made a video if you want to look at that. It's better than Amazon Web Services, cheaper than Ethereum and Solana, and the best blockchain out there is the Internet Computer, security and scalability. And this is probably the biggest thing that they have going for it that we haven't talked about as much. And I think we should talk more about the security and scalability of it, because the scalability, if you don't know what that means, it's basically how we get the Internet Computer to work in every single financial system in the world. Sometimes I don't like, saying it like that because of my beliefs, but yeah. Anyway, it is really awesome. It's going to completely change the way it's able to scale for cheap. And scalability is basically building it up as big as possible. And the coolest thing is they're able to do that without making it so expensive. Like Ethereum, it costs $100 million to store data. That is not functional. There is nobody that's going to be able, or, sustainably to be able to use that. They're going to see ICP only $5 for that same exact thing, and they're going to go to that. I guarantee that's what's going to happen. Eventually, everything, they're going to be like, well, it's too much money. We can do it over here. It does it better, faster, cheaper, longer, stronger, better, all of that. So these are the things that we definitely have to take into consideration when thinking that. So let's see. It was conceived to deliver on the concept of a world computer, which is a lot like the internet, right? That arose within the early Ethereum community, reflecting years of dedicated research and development by a team of more than 200 world renowned cryptographers, distributed system engineers, and programming language experts at the Dfinity Foundation. These guys are legit, at least the ones that I've met, and I've only met about 5 of them. So, and they are just great people. And another freaking awesome aspect of it is the people. You have to understand the people behind it as well. So, to help make technology behind the Internet Computer accessible and understandable to the public, the Dfinity team has published the Internet Computer for Geeks, a new white paper that explains the fundamentals of how the blockchain uses smart contracts to power in an emerging decentralized ecosystem of interoperable Web3 dApps, DeFi platforms, games, NFTs, social media, and metaverse projects. By applying powerful new chain key cryptography and removing limitations on blockchain regarding speed, storage costs, securities, and scalability, smart contracts running on the Internet Computer are enabled to directly and securely serve interactive web content to users without the need for corporate centralized cloud providers and tools to act as intermediaries. This makes it possible for smart contracts to implement fully decentralized applications that are hosted end to end on a highly performant public blockchain. This is an awesome article. I think this is Dfinity that wrote it. Yeah, this is Dfinity. Shout out Dfinity. For real. They make good content. They make good information that, helps me make good content as well. So, and I love the way that they write. Just, I'm brown nosing right now, but I'm not trying to. I'm serious. Like, I see myself brown nosing a little bit, guys. I'm not trying to do that. I just love this project. I'm passionate about it. I'm probably going to be the one that is definitely going to read this white paper. Actually, how do I do that? Because I'm going to Let's see, where is it? Oh, right here. Uh, read the Internet Computer for Geeks. Overview of these fundamentals. Okay. Yeah. Smart contracts are a new form of software that will revolutionize how software is written. IT systems are maintained and applications and whole businesses are built. So I'm not going to read all that because that would take forever and be boring for you guys maybe, but I enjoy that kind of thing. So uh, I'm gonna read that for sure. All right. So that is what we have for there. There's so much more that we can look at. I want to do some price evaluation though. I just wanted to show you why this is a good accumulation time. They are basically in their infancy, growing to top. Well, I wouldn't even say infancy anymore. I say they're actually teenage now. It's like a teenage. They're getting ready for adulthood, and adulthood's coming really fast. They had their infancy, which was last year, their toddler phase, which they already got done. So I think they already did their preteen. Not they're definitely teenagers right now, working on college level stuff. So yeah. Anyway, I don't know where I was going with that. But built for scalability. That's the part that Ethereum says, oh, yeah, we'll build the scale. And then as soon as they do, it costs billions of dollars to do anything. Gas fees, storage, everything on Ethereum just costs way too much. So, how the internet computer allows Web3 dApps to infinitely scale, and that, they aren't gouging everybody building on there. That's another thing. They take care of their developers, they make sure they have enough money and resources and information to do their jobs. And that is one thing I think a lot of other cryptos lack, is that camaraderie, that teammate, that information swapping. Because that is what the internet is, right? Information swapping. That's what we do on the internet. We give you my information, I take your information, we put new information, we absorb information. That is what it is, an information superhighway. And now it has moved from the regular just Web 2 to Web 3. So we'll call that the information super freeway. It's like I-5 compared to like Highway 2, right? Now it went from a super highway to a super freeway, right? Next, and the bridges and stuff, those are the toll booths. How to stake ICP tokens and earn rewards using the internet's front end dApp. They also have stuff like that. So that's good. It's a 9-minute read. I definitely would say look at theirs, look at ICP Squad staking tutorial, look at mine, look at as many as you can, because we're all here for the same job, and that is to let you guys know about this. Not to force you to buy it, not to trick you into buying it, but to show you the cool things that are about it. And then you're probably going to have no choice but to buy it. I mean, if you have like a good brain. And I know all of you do. So, yeah. And, I'm not trying to like, guilt you into buying it either. Just like, challenge your intelligence. Only smart people buy this. No, smart people do their research and they find out if it's a right fit for them. Right? And most people decide, what works for them. And that's all I can tell you to do. Because I know when I was talking about this before, it's gone down a lot since then. But we know that we have bear markets that come and the price can go way down to these levels in a bear market, but we will have another bull market. So even if you did listen to me, and I want to address anybody that bought ICP up here at 20 some dollars and you're in the loss, I want to address that. If anybody is, this isn't financial advice still, but I would just hold tight, guys and gals. Anybody that bought up here, because dream level prices, right? Well, just all you have to do is have diamond hands. And if you do that, I believe with everything, that I know, that you will be all right. Sometimes it takes a little bit of faith in the project, right? Don't have stupid faith. Like this isn't, like that important, but it's pretty important. It's your finances, You don't want to just lose money. So again, we're in this falling wedge pattern, and the thing is we do have a breakout of it, but it's not a confirmed breakout because I mean there isn't enough oscillation, I don't think, from top to bottom here. So now I would like to take it out to here now. And if you do that, we are still in even like that. So we're technically still in the falling wedge. This happened to us before over here. We had the same thing happen where we were almost breaking out. We actually did probably break out a little bit and then got rejected and just went down. So I think that happened before. And so this isn't a confirmed breakout. This is just, going from top to bottom. And that's what it does. And it doesn't always just go directly to the top. Sometimes it rides the middle and then goes to the top, right? So let's get the USD out here. I'm trying to keep that at least consistent. Oh, it doesn't transfer over. Ooh, see, this one's a little better to see exactly where we're at, too. I want to zoom out just a little bit. Okay, there we go. All right, I'm liking the looks of this. A little bit. It does look like a parallel channel, though, a downward trending parallel channel on the. Yeah, look at that. Just oscillation from top to bottom. So, unfortunately, if we don't break out of this, it's going to say the bottom's $3. Now, let's bring out some more indicators because that's not good. Okay. Well, I mean, we can still go all the way up to 10, but yeah, so $10 is where I'm really looking at. Okay, but let's do it the other way. I'm not going to use the wick. Okay, this is where we really have to look. So the 1618 is negative, so it would be under a penny. It can go negative. It could go under a penny, but that's not going to happen. So everything that I'm seeing here, there's no reason we need to go all the way down to the 1618. But it does look like we might be testing right here the 786 if we can break out above $10. Again, the $10 area is a massive area. If we can even get to it, right? So not a lot of good news in that front. Now let's get the Bollinger out here and some indicators so we can really look at every aspect of this right now. And I'm getting hot. Okay, the Bollinger is our resistance as well. Still, we are curving up though. Now let's bust out the RSI to see exactly where our volume kind of stands. And just like I said, oh no, it didn't touch it. It curved up. Cool. Not like I said, but even better. So it curved. I thought we were going to go touch the yellow line and then go back up, but we didn't even have to touch the yellow line. So the volume right now is trending upwards. The median price, therefore, is trending upwards. If we do go down and hit it again, it might break to the downside, though. So I would like to see some volume come in. If some massive volume came in, this would be the best time right now, if for the bulls. Not saying for you to go buy, unless you're like a millionaire and you can afford to, and you're a bull helping to move the market, right? I'm talking to those guys right now. So if you can afford it, this would, and you're a bull, you can afford to push back. This would be the best time. It would be a nice breakout point. We would go up, and especially if we could break above that, we would go all the way to $10, and then test that. So we actually did right here. So I think we're going to go back up and touch that $10. I don't know why. I think that's going to happen. Now it does have a massive descending triangle type deal. What is going on? Oh, I pressed the wrong one. But it isn't. Yeah, it's more at an angle. So it's more of a symmetrical triangle type deal than a descending wedge. Because see how it's at an angle going upwards like that? A descending wedge would be like this. Oh, I guess it kind of if you just put it like that, but it doesn't really even touch the bottom here. And it does look like it just might break out of that, If we just even go sideways and don't break down, we're going to break out of that resistance. So we'll see. I think there's a lot of resistance here. Like, yeah, from here, I mean, the resistance we're facing starts at like 790 and it goes all the way up to $10. There is a massive level of there here, and then again at 880, and then we're gonna have it again here at 969, and then at $10. So, I mean, there's a lot we have to overcome, which is possible. Let's look at the smaller time frames and see if we are turning around yet. I mean, it's okay. It doesn't have to turn around right this second. Sometimes we need a little bit of a, boost. So cool deal. We broke above the median right there, which we were below after we got rejected right here on the 4-hour. We had this big candle drop. Even though we were above it, we had this sharp decline. We hit the top of the Bollinger, which was resistance up here, this downward, trending resistance line that we faced, and we're coming at it again right here. It looks like the bulls were really fighting for it here, and the bears came back and took it. So it's like the bulls expended all of their energy, and then the bears came in and said, let's get it all the way under the median price. And then they got rejected there, and now going up to test it again with this. So we did break out of the median level on the RSI. Let's take an indicator out here real quick before we go to the 1-hour. Let's at least get one of these moving averages out here. So the E9 is at 780. We're above that, which is good. We can use that as support, hopefully. We just broke above it. I would like to see us, close above it to stay as support. And then move on to the 1-hour and see. We're getting like kind of a short squeeze here that's starting to open up now. I like that. Let's keep going to the upside. We did push up here and got rejected down. It does look like we're making a stronger push for the upside. We're hitting the top of the Bollinger, which needs to open up a little bit more. It does look like we have the median line as support. On the RSI, we did come down and touch for support right there. And so it does look like we're going to touch it again, though. Unless we have a reversal. I'd like to see a reversal before it even comes down there, which would indicate further momentum of the upside, in my opinion. So I like to see, confirmed breakout periods like this. It looks like we're in another confirmed breakout period on that. So I would like to see it sustain for a little while. I'm not seeing big, bullish trends. Yeah, we're reversing to the line again right here, which is the EMA 9. And if we can hold that, we don't even go to the median price, and we can make another attempt to go up and take it. Sometimes the bulls, when they win one, they're able to say, okay, let's go down to, the 9-day support, and then let's go again. They recharge. And the bears do the same thing, right? After the bulls are winning, then they come back in at a support level and then drop it, try to get it under the Bollinger. The bulls fought back there, broke it above the median on the Bollinger, broke it above the 9, and was able to sustain all the way to the top of the Bollinger at 790. And then the bears came back in and pushed us down to the 9 again. That's good, though. That means the bulls are still winning. It's a battle, man. You can see them battling back and forth. It's kind of cool. So, and I would definitely like to see us break out on the next one, because the Bollinger is going to be going more to the upside. So let's see if we break out right about here. That would be a good thing, because then the Bollinger would open up more and we wouldn't hit the top and act as resistance. So then if we could get there, it's going to be a big resistance level up here. So we're going to have to take our time, and you can't just always go straight up. Sometimes you have to let it reset a little bit and then use it as a rubber band or a slingshot. That'll pull you through that resistance. Not saying that's going to happen. That's the plan, though. All right. And now if the plan doesn't work, it's going to do further pullbacks. And we're going to test that 9 in the Bollinger again. If that breaks, then you go back to the bottom of the Bollinger. Okay. So again, we have the EMA 9 on the 15-minute as well, which is at 785. We're right above that. Now 783 is the median on the Bollinger. We're above that as well. Looks like the bulls fought, the bears came back. The bulls fought again right here to sustain that level. They did it. The bears fought back. We lost the 9 for a second, and we were able to come back above the 9, which is good. You can see the bulls fighting. This is great. I love it. But we did break below on the median right here, which is good because even when we go down, it means we're less, oversold. But it does mean that the short-term price movement is bearish. So it is a bad thing, but I try to look at the positive and everything. So just not stupidly. But yeah, the C's we broke down there. Now I would like to go to the 5-minute. I don't like to go at that small of time frames normally because it just gets tedious at that point. But yeah, the bears are definitely in control right now. But I think, yeah, the 5-minute's not looking good. So the bears are in control on the 5-minute. It doesn't mean that the bulls won't come back and take this level. But for now, they are definitely on the fritz. Yeah, 782. It's not 786. So definitely on the fritz right now. But you never know. We got rejected there. That's why. When we closed below, see, this is why when we go below, yes, we're less oversold, but they can push the price down easier because the volume. It has a lot to do with the amount of volume going in. See how there's less volume? That means that the bears can take control over easier when there's less volume. That's what I've seen. I mean, they can take control with big amounts of volume too, but they're easier. It's easier for the bulls and the bears at less volume. But we got rejected, and they used right here when we hit the line. They knew that was the time to push back, and they did. They used our resistance as their catalyst to catapult us, a catalyst to catapult us. So in the short term, the bears are winning, but I don't care about the short term, and neither should you. Like, honestly, oh man, you didn't see any of that. That was some quality TA, man. Darn it. And you didn't see a lick of it. Okay, we're going to go back through it. Anyway, the bears are winning in the short term in the 5-minute, but everything is looking, pretty decent on the longer times. Yes, on the 15-minute. Ooh, that changed just now. So the 15-minute, yeah, the bears really took control, and when they broke this median, it was able to jump down. These are our support levels, and when they break, you have a massive, it's like a slingshot for them too on the upside. It just slings it down. They use our support when it breaks as a catalyst to slingshot downwards. Now, when you move to the 30-minute, we might be defending it on the larger time frames. Yes, see, it did break the EMA 9 that we were facing, but it didn't break the median right here. So this hopefully will be a good level, and hopefully the bulls can hold this level right here at 779, which we're at 781 right here. We're coming close to that level. Now, if we go on to the 1 hour, it does look like we're touching the EMA 9 again at 780, and we're at 781. That's what's, see, when they broke the shorter term price and they were able to catalyst down, it went to the next support level, which was the EMA 9 on the 1 hour, which was able to sustain us. And then if you also go and look at the 4 hour, there's probably something here that held us up as well. So you have to look at the multiple levels of support and resistance. Over here, 779, and we're at 781 or 780. So we might need to hold this level. And if we don't, then we could see further pullbacks to about 769 and then 764. And if that breaks, then we go to 736 to the bottom. And then we go to the daily. Sorry about that. I really apologize about that. Now, if we look at this at there's a symmetrical triangle right here on the daily, or a bull flag, a bear flag, a nasty bear flag. But the EMA, or the Bollinger, is 868. We're nowhere near that. The EMA 9 is 804. So the daily, we were just starting to go bullish on the daily. We were things were starting to turn around a little bit, and we were doing good on all of the time frames except on the hour, the 30-minute, and everything. So we can still defend that though. If we can defend these levels, cool. If not, then we do see a further pullback to 760 and 730. So I'd like to see this battle. Let's see how it plays out. If we have a confirmed breakout above this falling wedge pattern, I will definitely let you guys know. And if we get a movement to the downside, I probably won't make a video about it. Unless we really go down, or if you guys have anything you'd like me, to do if it does go down. If you want me to let you know anything, I'll do to the best of my ability. But yeah, it's hard to know. It really is, even with all these indicators. Because at the end, it's the bulls versus the bears, and we don't know what those people are strategically doing behind the scenes. We can use the technical analysis to help us to see where we're going to stop at. So hopefully 779 is going to hold, and 780. This is a big level right here that we hold. So I was just getting ready to come over here and talk to you about it all too, and I'm like, oh, great. I wasn't able to do that. So that's the good thing, though. The bulls and the bears are fighting. That shows you that even though these venture capitalists, these future contracts, all of these things are trying to push the price down, eventually it's going to get to the point where they're like, okay, well, we can make more money pushing it to the upside. So eventually all of these people that are, rejecting ICP and pushing it down, to make money, it's going to be more profitable for them to help push it up, because then they can long position, they can future long, they can do all of that, and there's more gains to the upside than the downside. And so that's what we're waiting for right now. They're still pushing to the downside though, and don't trade on any exchanges when it comes to staking. You can trade ICP. I mean, don't stake, don't use their yield farming pools, don't use anything like that will basically don't stake your internet computer anywhere but the network nervous system, because that's directly from ICP. And don't do a third party through the network nervous system. You can get your own neuron and do it straight through your internet identity, no third parties. And that's how you take control of your finances. So I hope you all are having a good day. I appreciate every single one of you. He did say it and I didn't see. Thank you, though. I know my display window is small. Thank you, guys. I'm sorry. More than 10 videos. I mean, that helps. But I think the max per person is 5 likes a day or 5 videos that count. I don't know. I don't really care about that, because I'm not just going to tell people, go like all my videos. I mean, if you want to, it helps, right? But I'm not going to tell you to go do that. Probably a waste of time. Or not. I don't know. It's your call. Let's see. How many ICP do I have? That's a good question, Al Capone. I don't know. I'm on my way to 1,000. That's the goal. Trying to get 1,000 so I can stake. Right now I have 30 staking. But see, how I don't know is a lot of the ICP I have is for my business, right? So it's not like I personally, I mean, I do. It's just personal, man. There's a lot of personal stuff that goes into that I'm willing to share with you guys, but I mean, I'd really have to tell you a lot of information about what's going on in my life with that. And I mean, do you guys like that kind of stuff? I mean, I guess I don't really mind telling you, just not really for a price prediction. Maybe we'll do a different video. You guys want to know like what's going on with me? We can probably do it. I don't mind doing that, but it's mainly like business and other things. So I don't really know. Like technically, I would have a lot of ICP, but there's a lot that goes into that. So I am an employer. I have an employee, so I have to make sure they get paid. And I have business expenses and life expenses and stuff. So the thing is, when I say don't put more money in the market than you can afford to lose, it's different when you're getting paid directly in crypto. So I make most of my money getting paid directly in crypto, and then I have to sell that crypto in order to pay things. And I always feel like I'm like betraying the system when I do that. Like I have to pay my rent, right? Or I have to pay my cable bill or whatever it is I have to pay. We have to transfer that. But technically, I don't have a salary. I don't work for a job technically. I mean, but yeah, I do technically. It's so weird. My situation, this is the weirdest situation of anybody in the world. I mean, my situation is probably very, very, very unique to me. I guarantee there's maybe one person in the world that has the same situation as me. Probably not though. Seriously, like I'm in a weird place. Like, look at my cat. He's the best cat in the world. Nobody else has a cat. No, and lots of other people have cats. I'm just kidding. But I gave him catnip yesterday, and he got attitude issues. Like, I think what do they call it? Overstimulated him because like normally he comes into the room at night and I pet him and he's nice. And when he was younger, he used to like if I pet him the wrong way, he would like bite me, like just weird aggression, like yeah, displaced aggression. And he got like when he got older, he stopped doing that. Like he didn't do that. I could just pet him all the time. It doesn't matter how I pet him. And last night, after he had all of that, he bit my foot. He like legit bit my foot, and he didn't draw blood or anything. Like, but yeah, he's a good boy. He just got overstimulated. That's all. You know, catnip. I mean, he goes crazy over it. That was this catnip. You want some? I'll give you a little bit. Yeah, make it. Or are you trying to take a nap? I don't want to overstimulate him. Yeah, he doesn't look like he's caring right now about that. Here, please don't attack me. Okay, there he goes. Well, I think that's about all for today. I think I kind of showed you the best ways to, kind of build your portfolio even when the market's down. And the best time to accumulate ICP is when the market is down. When we are so close to the bottom line, and that support level could break, it is a little bit sketchy to buy, but not when you're at a price that I believe it can't go much lower than. I think we could probably go to $3 at the very lowest. Honestly, I think we can't go lower than five. But I'm going to be realistic. If we do break the $5 support, it's going to go to about, I think, $3. And $3, anywhere from 3 to 10 is still a good price. I'd like it to go to 3. Then I could probably get like more in a big old chunk because it's not going to stay at those prices for very long. Right now, the Supernova Hackathon just happened, which means they're funding $6 million for people to develop on the blockchain right now, this very second, right as we speak, and Achievement Unblocked, which is, I hope they're doing that still. I think they are. I think they already have a lot of their competitors, and which is like a reality series on how to build video games. And they're going to follow the lives of the people that are designing these games, and which means those people designing the games are on the internet computer, which brings value to the ecosystem. Anybody who buys and plays that game is now supporting the internet computer ecosystem and the internet computer overall project. So each one of these developer portals is bringing in more people into the ecosystem, the blockchain, and bringing more value to the crypto. And then the more that they spend the ICP and use the ICP to build those, the less supply there's going to be because they're going to be locked up in these games and cycles and things like that. Staking and all of that together, it will dwindle the supply down. And then when you have less supply and more demand, the price skyrockets. And that's what's eventually going to happen is the supply is not going to be enough to meet the demand with everybody building. And then that's when it's going to create a supply shock and the price can go up $100 to $300 in a day or two. Now that is in the future, probably the next bull run, before that happens, but you never know. And just how we had a major crash to the downside, we could have a major recovery come any day. You never know. It's not looking like that right now. I'm not going to give you false hope, but I'm hopeful for the future. All right, guys. That being said, you know what time it is. Goodbye and good Bitcoin. Bang!